What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Random Andrew here. Welcome to the shop. This is all new for you guys. You guys have not seen this little shop I have thrown together, just in the name of keeping some RC things organized. But the real reason you're here is to check out my SnowRunner truck. Yes, I actually built a truck. Not just a truck, but one of my favorite trucks from the game SnowRunner. I play it on Xbox One. Me and my son get playing. He's got his little Toyota and I run this. This is one of the mod trucks called the Outlaw. So when I started building it, I wanted to set out to build it like the banana from Matt's off-road recovery. Laugh if you will, but that just means you don't know the banana. It's one of the coolest, toughest off-road recovery vehicles I've ever seen. The whole team, the way they run that thing, it is a versatile piece of equipment for their recovery business. So this here, that is a Cherokee hardbody, 4-door. Not 100% sure, somewhere in the late 80s, early 90s would be the year of that body style. I am not the biggest Jeep aficionado to just be able to oh yeah, that's an 89. Look at that nice yellow frame in there. Don't worry, we're going to get in under, have a good look at everything. Show you what I got set up there. But first, I just kind of wanted to go over what you quickly see when you come at it from the outside. So just like in SnowRunner, I've got my bright yellow and a gray. Usually a little darker gray, kind of matching the theme of the Morvair. That's right, kind of throw them both together into one truck. You can actually get a Corvair Lakewood wagon body and build the Morvair, but I went this direction. But I love that paint scheme. I think this is a little bit lighter. I think I actually like the lighter more. Separate them in a nice solid black line. 3D printed. Some door handles. Lost a mirror already on a test run last night with Jacob. It's alright, we'll live. It looks pretty decent, doesn't it? If you wait to the end of the video, I'll let you know just how I made it look as good as it does. It's nothing too fancy, but just you'll be surprised. You would be surprised. So on my SnowRunner truck, I'm actually running the BF Goodrich Crawler TA, and it's a soft compound. Like this is nice and sticky when it's in the right conditions. And yes, you see stock SCX10 suspension under there. And honestly, it's all I need. I don't need fancy stuff. Yes, they leak. Most of the time they don't have fluid in them, but they work. Top, I do have a nice big metal rack. It's a nice rack. This light bar actually has a little 2S battery and adapter. Yes, up here. 2S battery and adapter that mounts in here, so I don't have to run my lights off of the actual receiver. And that will last me about an hour and a half. Some traction boards, which I never use, so they're screwed in so they don't fly out. One recovery strap in there. Usually running two, one with hoops, one with hooks. One that stretches, one that does not. So, let's get in, have a good look at what is powering my SnowRunner build. By the way, if you haven't checked it out, it is a fun game. Very, RC scale feeling. It's a fun game. Just check it out if you haven't. Alright, let's tear into this. Okay, here we are under the lid. Let's have a look at the chassis in general. Yes, I might point out the winch. Just want to say this is more than likely an Amazon winch. It came to me in a big parts bin. So we're just going to say Amazon, maybe Temu, maybe definitely not Wish. You see the leads going back. It is not currently functional. Hopefully I did a good enough build that I won't need the winch on, functional. So it's just kind of added weight in the front end. And it doesn't look bad. I wouldn't mind have it working, but I'm going to have to upgrade my transmitter receiver to something that has a third channel function or an extra channel that allows for the forward and back. Just can't accommodate it right now, but trust me, it's coming in time. Moving further back, Let's have a look. We've got, this is an ISDT 70, I do believe it is a 70 amp electronic speed controller for brushed motors, quite programmable. That came at recommendation to me from Paris Hobbies. Great guys down at Paris Junction Hobbies. My only beef with it is it claims waterproof. I don't think it's 100% waterproof. You notice your switch here. I have had to take this switch apart and repair it, hence why it's JB welded shut. It works. Don't question it. It works. It's better than duct tape. And where these plug in, and also off to your receiver, they are separate servo plugs. They can be completely unplugged. Dielectric grease around them. Yes, it works. It gets messy. It holds dirt as well as keeping water out. Hasn't stopped it from having problems when it gets wet. So, ignoring that, let's take a look where it's sitting. I've got this raised mount that I made just out of a hunk of steel. And then off to the back of that is the... It's supposed to be a low CG battery mount. I guess it is lower than mounting it traditionally, where some axials come set up, which is up between the front post. Some trucks come set up so you put it back here. Honestly, this is a pretty good spot to have all that darn weight of your battery, the concentrated weight, just right behind those front axles, but still forward enough to help you up and over. Got my leads here. I've got a shortage of zip ties, or they would be fastened down right here for now, just down out of the way. Had some motor issues. We're just gonna say I've had some motor issues and leave it at that. I just did a fresh build on this OG transmission. That's right, Axial SCX10, original gear, original gangsta. Don't mind the little bit of grass. I did do a test run with this last night. Me and Jacob went out and found some urban crawl areas to hit. Open spur gear. It's a preference, I'd say, if you run the cover or not. I've also got this switched so that my spur gear is on the back side of the transmission, putting my motor weight more forward. It's just what I prefer. And I leave this open because a lot of dirt and water can get in there, and it's harder for it to come out than it is for the dirt and water to go in. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a preference issue. This does get baggied. This is my receiver for the Fly Sky 3 channel, older Fly Sky 3 channel. It works. This does get baggied. Or another good thing you could do is wrap a balloon around it and then zip tie it at the base. Bring all your wires down and everything so it's nice and tidy. And that will keep your water out. I mean, you can dunk. And if you've got a good zip tie around a nice thick balloon over your receiver, you're pretty good to go for dunking your truck. Coming back here, standard, like just original SCX10 suspension. I do have some nice solid links. I think they're Endure links. Custom body mount for that Jeep Cherokee body. It's tall. It's hard to figure out a good mount. It's a hard body, so it's a fair bit of weight. I didn't want it just relying on plastic posts and plastic shock hoops. This here was a mount for when I run my sound kit. I've made my sound kit all modular. Let's go to the back bumper area. A 3D printed bumper mount. Some nice long extensions I've used from some plastic hangers. They're thick, they're durable. I've seen these things get stepped on a million times and never break. It'll work for my bumper, I think. Yes, the aforementioned back bumper. Look at all these shackles. And these little scale shackles, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's writing on one side and not the other. So you go through that extra trouble of putting your screw in this way, which means having to use an Allen key instead of a driver tool from this side. But you know what? Just to see that writing on there is worth it. Did it on that side too. So what we got? It's got a couple of these hex-shaped D-rings, shackles. I heard everybody call them a ton of different things. And then we've got this recovery hook right centered in the middle. I already used it a couple of times last night, just farting around with Jake. He got a little stuck. Deep, tall grass. And I had to use this. But with some of our recovery straps, it's just easier to be able to hook a loop onto there, go around their bumper, and loop back to here, than trying to feed it through itself. And, well, you know, we'll try and get some more scale adventure videos with the trucks and actually get some recovery videos in there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these are usually just supposed to be a little pod light you'd mount on there. I actually got, in this side, I've got a little hole in the bumper, so alternatively, if I still wanted them, I could just match this hole over here with another little pod light and get those little clearance lights. Not bad. This was a one-piece printed mount for an Endura Jeep body that I tried to make, and, well, I tried to use. And the mount system kind of worked, but I wasn't happy about it. That body now sits aside. But all I need to do is pop that side. All I need to do is pop that side, and boom, comes off just like that. And you can see I've actually cut that mount in half and then just extended it with some aluminum C-channel, and then it just goes like this to go right back on. Yeah, I got some masking tape here. I'm trying to protect the yellow paint on the frame. Keeps things a little more snug too, and it can be redone just that easily. So there you go, simple mount system. My audio system just bolts right on here, and the body's on, it's clean, out of the way. Couldn't ask for anything better. So what we've got here under this Cherokee would be the OG Axial SCX10 axles. Those are the original jobbers. A little bulky in the diffs, but you know what? They're big, straight cut gears, and as long as you've got good bearings in them, these things outlast the 10.2 gears. They've outlasted my 10.3 Gladiator gears. And I do the least amount of maintenance on these. So it's kind of worth to me to have a good set of these kicking around. There's another set of axles done by Red Cat. Some of the original Red Cat axles use this damn near same internals as these. Different size bearings, I think, on either side of the diff, but the gears are essentially the same, and they work great as well. And then under the front, you'll notice I've got the servo on axle mount. To me, this is the best when you're running 4-link in the front. I'm actually 3-link in the front. Irrelevant. I don't get the axle walk. I don't have to run a panhard bar or anything to strengthen the position of the axle. This is better. I know there's certain competition rules that don't like you having that there and won't let you run as a class 1. So when we do, and we have in the past on competitions here, and that's not something I would hold against anybody. You know, we'll just remove that rule from our playing. Oh, note the extra weights. These are little weights that I picked up years ago and was never able to drill a hole through them because they're condensed steel. They're not even lead. But thank you, Greg, for that drill press. It wasn't even a sweat to do it now. So now I can properly mount these where I wanted them, one on each side. That is a 1/2 ounce here and 1/2 ounce here of weight. Perfect. These are 14 millimeter wheel spacers. They'll push my stance out 14 millimeters wider. Not bad. Aluminum. I don't really like to run them unless I've got fresh bearings and to support having that leveraged axle out further. I'm not sure if that makes sense what I'm trying to say, but some of you might get it. And if you don't, oh well, figure it out. The tire sits out further. The weight's there. There's more weight being leveraged in this area. So after a million tries, realizing when I washed the truck, I forgot to pull that out earlier. It got wet, and thankfully I got a backup receiver. Always a trail saver. Make sure that's in your backpack with your tools and your spare trail stuff, and it'll keep you wheeling. So yeah, I like this ESC, but it's given me a lot of problems over the years. I like this radio, but it's kind of giving me some problems now. But you heard when it started up, Whistling Dixie. Come on. Does your ESC play Whistling Dixie for you when you started up? I'm thinking probably not. See, I had to go through the app on the phone for this, and the numerical sequence to represent musical notes that you have to reprogram, plus the spaces between each note. Yeah, it took some figuring out, but I did that. It's kind of cool, makes me smile. Alright, finishing this video up a few days later, maybe closer to a week later, not gonna lie. My more sharper viewers will notice that, yeah, the Cherokee, he's a little bit dirty. Look at that. That is some Hamilton, Ontario genuine mud collected up. Probably the only mud I could find on the Albion Falls run that my son Jacob and I just went on. He ran his Yoda. Look at that gnarly beast. Drop a comment in the comment section down below if you want to see a walkthrough on that truck. But we did take some footage. Older GoPro. The sound is atrocious. But I did what I could because I wanted you guys to see how this rig does in a nice gnarly condition. That is the Albion Falls Trail. If you've never heard of it, because I'm not using its proper name, I think it's Red Valley Hiking Trail or something like that. It's part of the Bruce Trail here in Ontario. This sucker goes all the way from Hamilton area all the way up to Tobermory. It's pretty wild. You need a lot of batteries to conquer that trail with one of these trucks. But subject at hand, my SnowRunner truck did great. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video walkthrough guide of, hey, I built my SnowRunner truck. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Gonna try and have some more content for you guys on a regular basis. Dust the channel off and get it going again. I know this probably won't get more than 50 views. I don't have a huge viewership in the RC community, but it'd be really great to see it get shared around and maybe, you know, maybe set a new standard for RC videos on this channel. I know. How can you set a standard? The standards ain't high. We ain't like that around here. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Have a great day.